All right.
Mm.
We said something right at the exact same time.
Meh.
You got startled. Right when you said something like, I think you just kind of, sometimes you're on edge. Because
I'm not on edge. You're on edge.
I'm not on edge. I'm never on edge. All right, Jessi, well, let's dive into it. Tonight, Friday night, Brandon and Jessi, we are going to be talking about fitness. I wanted to dive into this because I have the fitness woman with me that I live with daily who knows so much about working out, so much about health and diet. You went to school for it. I mean, you learned all about it, and you're physical education teacher.
Yeah, there's so much more I want to know. Everything's changing all the time. It's so hard to know exactly what to do.
It is like that, but that they make it like that. It's always something new. Every year they come up because they always got to be coming up with something new. Otherwise, they can't sell anything, or a new idea, a new thought, a new way, and it cycles. A lot of things just recycle and comes back, and a different way of looking at it. But I would say there is new stuff that's being discovered. Would you say?
Yeah, here and there. Yeah. Yeah, you've been working out a lot. What brought that about?
What made me start doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Why I don't know why I immediately started doing. I think it was doing the podcast in the morning. I thought a lot of times I was getting up early anyways, and instead of just kind of waking up early to try to put things together, I thought I might as well try to go work out and kind of get my thoughts together and all that, and kind of get in a state of mind, as opposed to just maybe wasting that time. Because sometimes I would get like paralysis by analysis by just trying to think I got to get everything perfect, as opposed to just maybe getting the blood flowing, moving a little bit, and just going and working out. That's help me. I think that's why I originally wanted to get back into working out.
Does it help to think about stuff to do there, or are you just thinking about working out?
When I'm there, I mean, I do have to take a little bit of time to really concentrate on what I'm thinking about, like for the, what I'm going to discuss, what kind of in the news I'm going to look into, and like the topic to go over. But I guess because it is nice to kind of like, you kind of just sometimes you want to zone out and just working out, it's a way to kind of just get away from everything. So it does take almost a concentrated effort to start thinking about a specific issue. I have to, like, when I'm in the middle of it, I'm like, okay, now I need to really, what am I going to talk about? And I do have something I write with, and different notes I want to put down.
Oh, nice. So people think you're writing down your reps and sets, but you're writing down podcast ideas.
For the most part, I originally, because I always like to have a notebook that I'm using when I'm working out anyways. I originally started doing it with to write my workout ahead of time, and then so I loved checking something off and having something like, and seeing how many reps of each thing I'm going to do. And because whenever you go into the gym, and I know, like, I'm probably talking more than I should, because you're the expert here. I know, for me, I need to have almost a game plan going into the gym, like it seems like. Otherwise I get there and you're like, where do I go next? And just kind of figuring it out. And but it really, like, lately, when I'm going there, I don't have, I'm going to hit this and this. I know pretty much the muscles I'm going to hit, and I've just seen what's open and kind of just all that.
Is it busy there?
And in the morning, it's not really too busy.
You get there about 5, right?
Yeah.
There's like I was never there at 5, but it sounds like there's like a crew, like, of,
Yeah, they're my people.
The classes, there's a 5, and there's...
I'd say they're my people, because they're people that don't talk. They're people that just do their thing.
Well, probably because they don't have time. If they're there that early, they're going to work probably.
Yeah.
And so they need to just get it done and get out.
Yeah. And I mean, if there is anybody there that I like, I want to talk with people. But
you do? You wouldn't mind talking to people?
No, because I'm not wearing headphones or anything. I'm just raw dogging it, and just just doing my thing. And but it does seem like today there was not hardly anybody there, and I thought maybe Friday, just people took it off. Like it was more of a opening day was yesterday with the
Yeah.
I heard Kauffman Stadium was just packed with the Royal Stadium, the game that happened. So maybe people were just kind of
win?
No, they lost, but it went into extras, and I didn't realize that. I did not watch the game, but I got my Royals on. I'm ready.
Nice.
I don't follow them as much as I should throughout the season. I need to. I'm usually just like who won kind of thing. I'm until it gets like closer to playoffs. I usually kind of just it's in the background for me. But I know some people are just they're living and breathing it.
Yeah.
But with the gym, Jessi. So let's maybe start it off here. This is not even on their mind, but they know that they should be doing something. What do they do? How do they get started? What's a good starting point?
Like someone who just wants to get in shape?
Yeah.
I mean, that's most of the people that I worked with, at the Y. They've never stepped foot in a gym before, and it's a kind of a scary thing maybe to start doing that. So, I mean, there's like coaches that we have to like show you like the general machines, to just get in and get started, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes, they'd pay for, a trainer to actually go in depth in your goals and what do you want to do and how long you want to take to get there and stuff. So that was always fun. I missed that part of it because I'm not really doing it all that much now.
Actually just getting someone acquainted with the machines?
Training someone.
The training part of it?
Yeah, which I loved it so much. But at school with the junior high kids, we have weight room, and it kills me because they hate it so much. Most of them just hate going out there, and I don't get it. I mean, I guess if I was in 7th grade, I wouldn't want to either, but I'm like, I know.
Bonnie's in here, and she said she loves going to the weight room. Bonnie's different. She's 10 years old, and she likes to just go out and run already. She loves to do laps around the yard and all that, and running around and just getting in shape. You're like almost trying to get ready for track and everything. Like, if you want to talk, you can turn on your mic. If you remember how we did that, but if you do want to talk, Bonnie, but well,
I keep telling the kids, like my school kids, like people pay money to have a trainer teach them how to do this stuff, and you're learning it now, and this is something that is going to carry you on later. You're not going to hopefully not feel intimidated in the gym. And we just don't. We have like squat racks and benches, like the very, very primitive stuff in there, and if they ever go to a gym later in life, they have all these nice equipment, they'll have a clue. But yeah, but they don't. Yeah, they hate it. Some of them,
boys and girls.
yes.
Both of them, you're talking about middle school.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really into much lifting in middle school. I think I was starting it out, but even then, I was told like you don't really want to you don't want to go hard. Your body's almost still forming, and you don't want to stunt it. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true, but like kind of around here, like. They're going into like 8th grade, and then 8th grade's into, high school. I mean, it's when they're like 10 and, I mean, I guess they're 12, 13. I mean, I don't know. It's a fine line right there, actually.
Yeah.
But like, a couple of them, they're all about it, and they are making huge gains in there, and they're getting ready for football or just being fit, and they're taking advantage of it, and it's amazing, and they're like repping their max what we did, earlier. But and I'm even trying to take advantage of that time, just being in there instead of just walking around. I'm actually working out myself,
Just trying to use that.
Yeah, and it feels so good when you get done. Like that's the thing. I always tell people, like my clients and my kids, think about how you're gonna feel when you get done. And they're like, we just feel tired. No, you don't. You have all that the blood flow that's gonna be carrying you through school. Like the school day, and it's gonna help you.
Yeah, I mean, it's different for kids. I know, like I can get where they're coming from. I don't really remember having weightlifting in middle school.
No, I didn't either. I mean, I only remember going into that weight room a handful of times, even in high school. It just, I don't know, it wasn't a priority back then. But now there's summer weights. They're in there at 6:30 a.m.
And then good. I mean, it seems like for kids, is that a great thing? Like, should we be pushing weights on them before they get to high school?
I mean,
I can understand doing it like you should be doing, but maybe not heavy. Maybe just stay away from heavy. And
but
even,
what's heavy? Like everybody, no matter what level you are, whenever you're doing your sets and your reps, by the end of your set, you want to be tired. You want to be fatigued. Otherwise, you're not doing anything. So, I mean, I don't think it's.
It might not be like I when I grew up, I was like told that you don't want your bones are still coming together, ligaments are still coming together.
I mean, it's really weightlifting is really good for bone density, for especially like for older people too. That muscle pulling, the muscle pulling on the bone, it stimulates bone growth. So you definitely want to do weightlifting, and the muscle that you gain, and just to maintain itself, it has to have calories, and so just sitting and sleeping, you are burning calories if you have muscle mass.
Oh yeah, like if you haven't worked out, or is it primarily when you've worked out? So if you're saying you haven't worked out, you've got muscle mass, you're still burning.
If you never work out, you have a little bit of muscle, so it's burning just to maintain itself. It's burning some calories. Yeah. If you lift weights and they get stronger and denser, lean or whatever, then they're gonna burn more calories. So if you weightlift, and no matter what stage, you can burn more calories just sitting and sleeping all the time. Yeah, it's a passive burn if you have lean muscle mass.
So people that have started out at the gym that you've got going on a plan or getting acquainted with the weights, are these people that want to just get buff, ripped, or they just want to get healthy?
There's such a wide variety. A lot of them, it's just I want to lose weight. I want to be able to get on the floor with my grandkids. I want to be able to walk up my front steps. And we just worked on a lot of step height type stuff. And she's like, look at me. I can walk up my steps and it doesn't hurt and I'm strong and I can, Yeah. So it's just depends on what they want to do.
Because everybody's just different, It's what your goal is and for that. And like, I'm just thinking as a dad, people think that we build up the dad bod and all that. You kind of lose. It's hard. Like as a dad, can I get ripped again? Why? What is it impossible? And I don't even know if I was. I don't think I was ever really that ripped.
Yes, you were.
There was a time when I worked out a bunch, but am I always gonna have something there? Is there? And how do I get past that? How do I lose that final layer on me that I just can't seem to shake, and how do you get to that level, because I want to get to, I don't know, I probably should have started and took a percentage of my fat, got that, what is it when you get, they measure how much you have.
The bioelectrical impedance thing.
So I could see, because you have to get to a certain percentage before you can actually start seeing muscle underneath, right?
Maybe.
There's actual number you get to. Is that all right?
Like what? Like abs? Like define abs or something? Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure. Like 7% or something. I don't know.
And that's crazy.
I don't know. I just made that up.
So how do you get that? How do we get there?
Okay.
How do we get past that hurdle? Because it starts with wherever you're at. But say you are serious and you want to have a ripped bod, you want to be shredded for the summer. How do you get there?
Okay, working out is king. Nutrition is queen. You have to work out. Mm-hmm. You're going to get muscle. But then, and that's going to, burn the fat or burn the calories all the time. Mm-hmm. And then, but you can't outwork a bad diet. Okay? So I would say if God made it, eat it. Mm-hmm. A lot of us just eat processed crap that we don't even think about. That it's absolutely terrible for us. The breading on your chicken strips, the pop. There's nothing at all good with pop. It bogs down all the seed oils and processed stuff.
You always talk about seed oils. What are seed oils? What is it? Why are they so bad?
I've heard it's just rancid. I don't know. It's just terrible for you. Uh-huh. It's cheap. What's good is coconut, coconut oil, olive oil. Like a no is canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil.
It's like
It
I'm
just
assuming those
and it's in
it probably costs a lot
everything.
more to eat healthy. I'm assuming.
Yes and no. If you want chips, only a very certain expensive brand is going to be made with olive oil because olive oil is more expensive than sunflower seed oil or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but if you stand outside the grocery store, fruits and vegetables, natural, and it's in its own, nothing has been touched by a factory, you're going to be fine. Meats, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, fats.
So I would just say for me, because I grew up, I hit the gym hard in high school, and I mean I didn't really get huge or anything. I wanted to get bigger because I was a linebacker, and I was actually a small linebacker. You know, linebackers aren't the biggest on the field, but they're ones that need to be pretty big. You know, because they're having to go in and hit and stop and fill holes and all that kind of stuff in the line and all that. But it wasn't until after high school that I was very regimented and like just working out like nonstop, and had to have a plan in place. But then it's just like I just fell off the map because it's like once I got out of lifting, it was just years that I ever kind of I really never went to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to it's very hard to get back into it, and the only other reason I even got back into it just because like I said, the whole I wanted to get going again and trying to just have a time to step away, and I had to do it in the morning because I'm a person that if I don't do it in the morning, I don't have any energy at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel so much better once I have went there and done something,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's the mental of actually getting out and accomplishing something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you almost have to put yourself through something extremely hard. It makes the rest of the day easier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it gets the blood pumping and flowing. And you just kind of it really sets the tone for the day. I always loved like early morning basketball practices. You know, I was just almost literally hyper all day. It just gives you energy.
It gives you more energy.
Yes, burning energy makes energy.
And
yeah.
then you can sleep better.
Yeah.
Think,
yeah.
Your body is being worn down or whatever.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to work out right before you go to bed because it like kind of stimulates. You know, you won't feel ready to go to bed if you just work out. So
I feel like, and I mean, I have been another thing because about a year ago I was working out a little. I got into it a little and was going, and I was so dependent on a workout supplement. And once that workout supplement went through, I was just like, okay, I need to go back to GNC and get some more, and just never did, and then I just never got back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the mindset I'm doing it, but then I went ahead and got all this thing. I just got to use a pre-workout. That's what I really do right now. I don't even really know what it does, but it does give me like kind of a boost of energy. But I'm almost the type of person I don't want to be dependent on that. You know? So it's like, what do you feel about that? Using a supplement versus not.
I don't know. There's so many out there, and I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, if it makes you go to the gym, I mean,
yeah, I'd probably go anyways now, but I almost just like to have it. It's nice to have something to wake up and have that before I go.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, like, I just hope, like, working out shouldn't be like a chore. Like, you should just, when I tell people before, like, when I used to teach you the why, my class is like, just, you should be proud of yourself for even getting here, because it's kind of hard to start. But think about how you're gonna feel at the end, and just push through. And hopefully, it's a little bit enjoyable.
Yeah. So I mean, do you have like clients that they're like seriously they want to get ripped, and
yes,
and maybe it's like because sometimes a lot of people that are in that mindset, like they're there and they're just ready to really throw some weight around and they get huge. They don't necessarily have a personal trainer. They do it themselves. So do you find that, or do you have people that are both and, or do you have?
I think I only just had one that was really hardcore and like lifting really heavy. Cause like a lot of the people, they've never done it before. And really, I'm just kind of bringing them along. You know, they're kind of scared to lift heavy. They're just, maybe not scared, but they just don't know how much they can really do. You know, like they're like, oh, this is heavy. I'm just going to stay with this. But I think they surprise themselves at how much they could do.
Yeah.
And like I think we'd max a little bit, like on like a leg press or something, really, you know, and they would be like, oh my gosh, I lift that much. Cause like day to day, you really don't try to really push yourself unless maybe someone's there pushing you.
Yeah.
So.
They need someone to keep them accountable and keep them motivated when you're going through it.
And a lot of it, they just don't want to hurt themselves. Like I mean, a lot of them are like older and just never been in the gym before. They just needed like a little help, you know.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm getting up there. I'm hitting 40 this year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm hitting 40. So I'm still in my 30s, you know, right now.
That just blew my mind. You're 39.
Longer, you know, and I do feel like if I get there, if I feel like something is not right, if I'm feeling I don't really test it that much. Like when I was younger, like even probably a couple years ago, I would have probably just kept going and didn't even care. I'm gonna recover, you know, my body will get better or whatever. But now I do feel that I will be out of the game a little bit, and it's not worth it. I mean, just this morning when I went in there, I started doing some pull-ups right away, and I just got like a pinched nerve in my neck, and I was just like, oh my gosh, and just like the whole day I've been like that, felt like that.
Yeah. You definitely, like, you have to listen to your body. I even tell the kids at school that. They're like, oh, I'm sore from track. Okay, listen to your body. I'm not going to tell you to lift a whole bunch of weight, but maybe do some body weight stuff to get some blood flow to your sore muscles that's going to help them recover quicker. You have to listen to your body. Like, muscle fatigue is one thing. Yeah. Like, push through that a little bit, you know, because that's how your muscles adapt. You know, I'm being challenged. I better get stronger the next time she does that. But yeah, if there's something that hurts, no pain, no gain thing is stupid. If it's actual like pain, it's actually pain. If it's muscle fatigue, that's different. Yeah. Push through that a little bit, you know.
And last year when I started the workout, I was doing V shred. I don't know the main guy who does that, but I was on that for a while, and it was really good. I mean, I still have it and I still use it. A lot of the stuff that was time under tension, that's the big thing. It's like you don't need to go heavy, but you need to almost basically, what is it, like you go until your muscles can't go anymore, and it's like you would do heavy weights. No, you do a lot of reps, but then what is it when you burn out? It's like you go until you can't do anymore.
To fatigue.
Like almost all the workouts were that, and a lot of it wasn't long drawn out workouts, because you don't have to work out for hours, but it can be a very concentrated time, and it's when you work out and you don't stop. You go from one thing to the next. It's like a lot of superset. You're almost given between each thing no more than a minute, and you're going, and it's a very hardcore time that you're doing it. You're not doing heavy, but you're burning out almost everything you do. And a lot of it, you're not going all the way down or all the way up, and you're like your muscle, every workout you do is constantly in tension. So it's that time under tension that your muscle is just being torn up, you know, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
And I'm carrying that through a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now. I'm pretty much doing a lot of my own stuff, my own plan. I'm not exactly doing what I was doing before, but just a lot of the things I took away from it and still use, you know.
Yeah. Usually in life we want to like find the easiest route possible and just make it as easy as possible. Working out is the opposite. You want to try to make it as hard as you can. Like, oh, I'm going to go all the way and lock my elbow so I get a break. No, you want to be time under tension. Like, you want to make it hard on yourself as long as you can. So it's the opposite. Don't try to make it easy on yourself, because your muscles need to be challenged. Otherwise they won't get stronger. I always tell people, if you did your 10 reps and you felt nothing, then you did nothing.
Yeah.
You have to be tired. You have to be maybe not completely burn out after everyone, but you need to not want to do anymore with the last rep. And if you don't want to do 55 reps, a little bit higher weight, and then do your 8 to 12 or whatever.
And it's like you're really isolating and focusing on the muscle itself. Because a lot of times I would always want to feel like I did heavy weight, but I would just be kind of just bad form and just throwing it up there or whatever, as opposed to really like focusing on the muscle the whole time. And it doesn't mean you have to do 1,000 reps, but really like every movement you're
exactly
you're holding it with purpose the whole time, and that really burns you out. So you don't do a million reps because you're doing it so precise and careful, or however, and just like it really eats up the muscle really fast, and you just feel so tired so quickly.
Yeah.
But you just hit one thing, you give a minute rest, and you just go to the next thing. That's what I've been doing, trying to keep going or whatever. But you get done with your workout faster. You're not there forever,
Do you go like 45 minutes?
Yeah, and that's about as much all the time I have, and then I don't really want to be there a whole lot longer as well. But I try to hit it 45 minutes if I can. Just really hardcore as much as I can, But I mean,
yeah, but rewind to like the form part, like back to the kids, like even like as young as 9 at the Y, they can go through, the orientation to lift the weights, but we would just tell them like form's the most important thing. You don't need to kill yourself. You just make sure they do it right, So that's why kids just kill me. Even at school, they're just, I just constantly correcting their form. They're just trying to make it the easiest they can, but they're like, I'm always correcting them.
Like all the workouts?
Yeah. Like in a squat, their knees are going over their toes. They don't want to stick their butt out. I'm like, well, that's what you're supposed to do when you do a squat, or I don't know, they're not going down low enough or whatever.
All right. So, what are the workouts people should do to get ripped? And did you say workout is king, or which one is king?
Yes, workout is king.
And
nutrition is queen.
Why? So you're saying like king is it matters more?
Yeah.
It matters more. The workout. Really, I would have thought it would have been the other way. I would have thought you would have said diet is the most important thing, but they say the other way around.
I mean, I just read it in my exercise physiology book.
Really?
Just the other day.
Because because you can eat however you want all day, but you got to have some activity. I'm assuming, otherwise you're not really going to burn stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like you could not lift a weight and you could lose weight.
Yeah, that's true.
But what do you want to do? Do you want to just lose weight, or do you want to get toned, like nice and toned, and slim down too? And like, the weights will help you, slim down quicker.
I think I've always I don't know if I always, but like I've heard that like working out and getting muscle is all more important than even aerobic, because like I would always feel, if I ran, I would feel soft afterwards. You know what I mean?
Because it kind of eats your muscle actually a little bit
when you're running. It doesn't, like if you do just bicycling or running or just whatever, if you're not building muscle mass, you're eating up. You're just gonna feel that whatever you just lost, you're gonna in the next meal, you're just gonna eat it all up, or you're gonna just, don't you think? Or is that not right?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. Like aerobics is good too. You want your heart that's for your heart and your lungs. When you're out of breath and your heart's beating fast, that's a good thing. That's good for your heart. It's good for your lungs.
Yeah.
And you are burning calories there. And like if you do like a HIIT workout, which is high intensity interval training, like your heart rate goes up and then you bring it down and you go up and down, that has a longer afterburn. So that's really good to do.
What are workouts you can do that with that?
I mean, you can just do a HIIT class, or if you're on a treadmill, you're going to run for like, I don't know, you decide the interval. I'm going to run. I can only do 10 seconds of really high running, then bring it back down, and I can walk for 30 seconds and bring it up.
Class, what's a HIIT class? What's
some of them are called HIIT,
but what are they doing in the class?
They just do intervals. Like I did a bunch of those. Like
what's
the intervals is, okay, we're going to do burpees for 30
What are
seconds.
burpees? I don't even know what burpees are.
It's like a push up and then you jump up. Stomach on the ground, push up, and then jump up. Or let's just say, okay, jumping jacks. We're going to do really quick jumping jacks for 20 seconds.
High intensity workout.
High intensity and then intervals. So you can't go a 30, 45-minute class, high intensity. You can't do that. But you can do 30 seconds at a time of high intensity, then you bring it back down. You catch your breath, you recover, and then you do it again. So that's really good. So like 2 times a week, they say to do a HIIT. And that doesn't have to be in a class. It could be like cycling for 30 seconds, then relax for a minute. Or not relax, but like slowly, you know.
Because I heard that people that are long distance runners, they have a different body than people that are sprinters. Guys that are sprinters, and that's what I'd heard. You want to run that really hard, and then not keep going because you're going to get a lot more shredded by doing that. If you do just a sprint, if you do sprints as opposed to just maybe run a mile, your body's going to get more shredded. You never heard that? That's what I always came away with. That like it's kind of like that high intensity period that you're just instead of just jogging for a mile or so, you're really like you just do a 100-yard sprint, you walk a little bit, and you do that again, and it's like making your body. You're gonna have afterwards. You're gonna burn a lot more calories.
Right. If it's high.
The day.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it goes. It does go longer than like just a steady state, you know. But then that's good for your heart and your lungs. You get a little bit of afterburn, but the weights, you constantly have the burn all the time, sitting, sleeping all the time. So you want to have a little bit of both.
And so I've been thinking that focusing on I try to do my full body, but like if you work out your legs, they're gonna have a longer term of burning because they're bigger muscles. They're gonna burn up a lot more fat throughout the day. Is that right at all, or is that because if you just do biceps, you're gonna have it's just a littler muscle. It's not gonna burn as much calories as opposed to if you did squats or something with your legs because they're bigger muscles throughout the day.
Probably. I mean, I don't really know for sure, but I just know like if I do legs, it's almost a cardio too. Don't you feel kind of out of breath when you do your legs because it's just a bigger muscle groups?
What we're probably doing different things. Are you talking about you do squats or what do you do?
Anything for legs.
Like curls or leg extensions and all that.
Yeah.
But you do like different stuff. You do stuff like dumbbells and like whatever those swinging things and all that.
Kettlebells.
I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's no one thing you have to do. Kettlebells are the thing, or the whatever. You gotta do squats. Just get moving. That's the main thing. Like our bodies are not meant to sit at jobs and all the time. We're meant to move and work and jump and play, and there's just way too much sitting and way too much eating of the junk. So sugar is a big thing. It's just it's in everything. And it tastes good, and the companies know that, and they put it in everything. In the presence of, so if you eat sugar, your insulin, your blood sugar is coming up here, your insulin is released to bring it back down. And in the presence of insulin, you cannot burn fat. It is impossible. So you want to keep your blood glucose down by not eating very much sugar. So there's not very much insulin being released to bring it back down. That's why like the keto diet is so effective. You don't eat sugar.
What's the keto diet?
It's meats. There's no carbs at all. Carbohydrates is sugar and pasta.
You did that for a long time.
Yeah, and like
you were like religious about it.
Yeah.
You were very strict about it.
Right away, I felt I lost because the carbs hangs onto water. And so when you lose the carbs, the water goes with it. So there was an immediate, which was awesome. But then after that, I thought I would lose more, but I didn't. I mean, it doesn't mean your body wants to burn, glucose or carbs first. But if it doesn't have it, carbs, it's gonna burn the fat. So once you burn up your carbs, then you're burning the fat that's already on your body.
So you, once you say it again, I kind of got lost.
So if you eat carbs like chips, pasta, your body's gonna burn the carbohydrates first, as opposed to fat.
But fat, it can be good, really good for you, right?
Yeah, if you eat fat, yeah, it can be good for you.
You switched to like wanting just eating purely meats and all, eating meat and all that.
Meat, vegetables, and berries.
And like even like bacon, like you said, like bacon was good and fine and all that.
Yeah, I mean, but like things could change again,
Uh-huh.
But like as far as like athletes and stuff, they say like they need carbs. They need like healthy carbs.
What are healthy carbs?
Like whole grains, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I mean, vegetables and fruits are carbs too.
Yeah.
But the fiber in it makes the sugar content, brings it down.
I mean, out of all the diets, it does seem like the carbs thing is like the thing that's stuck around. It's everybody agrees on, and you do definitely feel when you eat carbs, you're gonna feel more bloated. It feels like, and it feels like as opposed to just strictly eating nuts, meat, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't eat nuts as much as I probably should. I need to.
A lot of healthy fats in there.
I heard something today. Somebody said, somebody was saying something about a diet that eat a lot of nuts and all that. It's so good for you. And they were saying it couldn't be something like a caveman diet, because back then there would have been no way for them to have the amount of access to nuts that we do now. So it couldn't have been.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, same thing like oranges. Like they didn't have all that many, or I don't know.
What do you mean, like the oranges?
I don't know. Like they didn't. Some area of the world, like if you're living in the area that doesn't have oranges, don't eat oranges or something.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Hey, but I mean, you say God made it, eat it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's where I always start with people. Yeah. So if there's not a Pop-Tart tree or a muffin bush or something, just try to stay away from like just processed things that factories have had their hands in. They'll just take God's creation, they'll strip the fiber, they'll strip the good stuff out of it, and they put sugar and these rancid seed oils, and they feed it to us, and we're getting fat. Have you seen pictures of 1950 and when like all the food that they ate? It looked like bad food, but it didn't have all the bad stuff in it that we put in it now. We are obese as a country now, and it's the food that we're eating.
I mean, things could be changing with Kennedy or whatever. JFK,
I hope so.
What was his name?
JFK.
JFK Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hopefully gonna be like cleaning up a lot of things. But I've already heard that he's gonna try to remove the fructose syrup or whatever from Coke, so that it has to use the regular, actual cane sugar.
What's the point of that? And that's just as bad. Sugar, it's gonna raise blood sugar. Doesn't matter. But I mean, I guess people have free will. If you want to, raise your blood sugar, raise your blood sugar. But I mean, there's certain things like the dyes and stuff that just red.
I've been hearing weird stuff about like that. Like
it's terrible.
Do you know like some of it's from actual? It's all there's bugs in it. That's what the dyes are from. It's from bugs.
I don't care. I just care about like what it does to kids especially. It makes people. It just makes them just go crazy. Like some kids, like they cannot have red 40 or red popsicle or red sucker. They're hyper.
Well, because they're just hyper.
I don't know exactly, but the dyes are not good, and there's no reason to have them.
Like why we add all this stuff, and they get away with calling it yellow 2 instead of what it actually is. And that's why I was listening to Tim Pool. They were talking about it's these bugs, that what they call these words, whatever they use. It's just these bugs that are all, it's disgusting or whatever.
Yeah.
That they're let them eat bugs. Given us.
Yeah.
But
that's why I like Aldi's. They have like the fruit snack, the fruit snacks they like and stuff. It's like it's dyed with carrot juice or something. I don't know, and it doesn't taste any different than anything else. Yeah.
So what do you think about like I've heard everything that fruit we were supposed to eat, meant to eat the seed with it.
Yes.
What is that like for everything, or is it just for certain things?
I think God said eat the.
But like you say, or even the skin. Like, are we supposed to be eating the banana peel?
Oh yeah.
Or no, probably not.
I don't know. Ew.
That'd be gross. It was probably made the way he made it, like an orange peel, like so it's
containing
inside and protected.
Yeah.
But but an apple, you eat the apple skin, and there's a lot of health
Mm-hmm.
stuff in the apple.
Most
skin.
of it is health.
So maybe even in the other stuff, there's health stuff in the.
But even our fruits and vegetables like have been just genetically modified and like sprayed with.
It's not the same ones, like the same.
No.
Fruits that were years ago.
Yeah. I mean, that's not to say like don't eat it. I mean, that's what we have. You gotta. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But.
So Jessi, so what is your advice for somebody that wants to, like before this summer hits? How do they get ripped? What do they do? Where do they start? They have no motivation as of yet, but they want to get in. They want to start. They want to come to summer and have a good looking bod, and they want to feel good.
I would say feel good first. Because if you're doing it and you're just checking the scale every day and it's not saying what you want to say, I'd say forget the scale. Just kind of feel how your clothes are feeling, how you're feeling. I'd say cut out. Don't drink your calories. Drink water.
Yeah, I can't get on board with that.
I know.
I have to drink my. I love Coke Zero. I love any diet drinks. At least I used to drink regular, but now I switched to diet. Is that any better? Don't even.
It's
it's better.
It's better. Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going back. I don't care anymore.
Anyway, get moving somehow. If it's just parking farther away, if it's taking the stairs or. I'd say do your housework in a inefficient manner instead of taking, 3 things into this room upstairs. You take one at a time or something, or do a YouTube with some cans. Work out with some cans or something. It doesn't have to be insane. Join at the gym if you want to, but you don't have to spend money.
Oh yeah. There's some things you can do without joining a gym.
Yeah, just get moving. Go, you guys. Go play basketball outside or just. We have a little trampoline. Sometimes we just jump on that or something. Or walking is the best thing for everybody. I walk so much. Just walk with a friend and talk, on your breaks, or just get moving. Get up and move. But try to maybe experiment with some weights to get some muscle mass, and then just stay away from those middle aisles in the grocery store. Just stick with the outside meats, vegetables, and fruits. A little bit of whole grains.
Yeah. I'd say a big part is you need to do some type of muscle. Don't just do aerobic and cardio, because you're gonna get so much more benefit, I think, if you do some type of muscle, even if it's not a lot, like even maybe push-ups. You think?
Oh yeah, that's just body weight stuff. Yeah, and by push-ups it doesn't have to be. I mean, I had them. You can do it on the wall. You standing up. Back of your feet away from the wall a little bit, do them on the wall. And then you can go down, put your hands on the couch, and then you can put your knees on the ground. Like there's so many different levels you can do. Yeah.
I'd say like you need somebody encouraging you too, and to be an encouragement to somebody, because it's hard to just do it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose motivation of why I'm doing it, it's tough to keep going.
Yeah. That's true. You do have to have a why, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it's for your sake, not, I hope this person will like me better if I'm whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has to be for you. and like, and your body is a temple. You want to take care of your body. You only get one. Makes me want to train more people.
Get back into it. Yeah. This is huge. This is huge. Just go out there and get that body you want, you know? Just, I mean.
And it's also actually really good for your mental health, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember somebody I know, she, like, in the middle of the night, she would get up and she was really depressed, you know, in high school. And in the middle of the night, she'd get up and she'd go work out, you know, a workout tape or something, you know, just because she's just to feel a little bit of endorphins, just to make her feel better.
Yeah. You do feel so much better. It makes you, it's a way that you can clear your head, you know, you're not just stuck inside your body, you know, you can actually release some things out of you, you know.
It's like, big stress reliever.
Yeah.
So instead of reaching for the cupcake when you're stressed out, the kids, go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Yeah. And just, if you don't have a gym that you're not part of, you can do your own thing at home, you know.
Yeah. You know, if you live in the country like we do, that's the best thing, is just to get outside. Plus, you know, get your vitamin D. You need vitamin D for so many things, processes in your body. Get outside and get some vitamin D and move around.
Get the sun on you.
Yeah.
All right, Jessi. Anything else?
I want to go work out.
I know. Let's go. Me and Bonnie, we are gonna go do some. Hopefully in the morning, do some running. That's my goal. I'd like to go for a run. A lot of times, I end up somehow getting hurt.
You do. So you have to hit you and everyone out there. Start slow.
I remember like a couple years ago, whenever I pulled my hamstring really bad, that was really bad. And then
because you just start sprinting, you don't warm up. You walk first. You got to get the blood flow. It's like
I'll teach him.
Okay. It's like a rubber band in the fridge is your muscles. Do you take out the rubber band and pull it really quick? It's going to snap.
But like,
you have to gradually.
Do you stretch first?
No. You warm up.
Afterwards?
Okay. Listen. You have to warm up first. That means you're walking to get the blood flow, and then maybe some jogging or elliptical or whatever. Okay. Just kind of get a little tiny bit sweaty, a little warm. And then you can do some light stretching, but you don't want to stretch long and hard before you lift weights. You want to do your long, hard stretching after everything is done.
After?
Yes.
That's what I'll try to do. I mean, I try to usually just start walking and then start jogging and then.
Yeah, build up to it, but no, you didn't do that last time. You just started sprinting.
Not always, but a lot of times I do come. Like, hopefully, I'm not hurt tomorrow. We'll find out.
Just don't push it right away. You got to build up to it.
All right. Well, hey, me and Sophie, we're gonna do some gaming. So we'll see you in just a bit. Bonnie, can you switch it over? Yeah, you got it already set up. Cool.